I'm Floyd Hall, here for the G Cafe, and I'm talking with John Stevens, the director slash writer slash photographer for Death of a Clown, DOAC as we affectionately call it. And just wanted to get some background on the story, on the campaign, on the movement from the man himself. John, welcome.
Hey, how's it going, Floyd? Great to be here.
All right. Well, tell me about Death of a Clown. What does that stand for? What does that mean?
To me, the death of a clown would be a clown who loses his humor and falls prey to the burdens of what life brings, and in some cases actually transforms into a person more like us, human. You know, we have feelings, we have emotions that come with sadness, pain, anger. Everything's not humorous. Everything's not about laughter. And to me, the root of where Death of a Clown is based is in the fact of watching a clown transform into a human like us. Okay. And just for our listeners out there, you may hear a slight echo. We're actually doing this interview in the studio where the photography for Death of a Clown was taken, this cavernous 5,000 square foot studio. So you may hear a tad bit of an echo, but that's because we're actually in the space where the photography took place. And I wanted to ask you about clowns. I wanted to ask you about the notion of what clowns represent to society that we may not always acknowledge. Yeah, when I started the project, a lot of folks were asking me why clowns, and it wasn't that I was a fan of clowns. It wasn't that I was a huge investor of circus time. Although as a kid I've been to a couple of circuses, but not many. But the idea of a clown to me related to this story is the mask that they wear. The connection to just the traditional basis of a clown is that there's someone who entertains their audience, and to do so effectively, they have to separate who they really are from who the performer is. And the further away that they can separate themselves from what the audience sees, the more effective the communication that they're able to convey. The downside to that is no one really knows who they really are or what things they're really going through, because they act as mirrors to the audience. They simply make laughter, make humor, and make light of sometimes hard situations. If you look back in history, some of the most circuses, as far as the biggest time that circuses were kind of big, are when you find the economy in a bad situation. During the Depression, circuses were very prevalent, and people wanted a place to go escape. You wouldn't find a clown, having his own issues on his chest while he's performing, because the people were already going through enough, and he basically acted as a conduit to transport his audiences to a place outside of their normal issues.
This has been an audio exclusive from the G Cafe. To hear the rest of this interview and others, please visit facebook.com/thegcafe, where you can find all of our audio and video features.